had this guy on our team. You know what? If we're going down and letting this guy take us to wherever it's going to go.
All right.
And that's what you want out of your superstar player. You want him to guide you in the direction of where it's going to go. Don't give the ball to somebody else. Let that man do it.
Oh, yeah. So let me walk you through the 3 plays that I thought was pivotal to this end of the game. Kawhi Leonard goes to the free throw line, makes 1 or 2. What's your thoughts there? Like, you got to have these free throws. And
I'm like, goddamn, Kawhi, just make your damn free throws. Bend your knees.
Yep. Inbound.
You know, I'm always yelling at the TV for them to bend their knees.
Oh, yeah. Next play. Inbound the ball. Jimmy Butler go ahead and get the layup, tied the game. And what do you think about Jimmy Butler? What do you think about Jimmy Butler in general? Because he was getting a lot of criticism this series.
Jimmy Butler played well the whole entire playoffs for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's not your problem. Jimmy Butler was not the problem for Philadelphia. You know what Philadelphia's problem is? Trying to rely on a guy that's an injury-prone dude and hoping he can make it through, even though we know he's got a ton of injuries and a ton of histories with injuries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's your problem. Your problem is being dependent upon a guy who's always hurt. That's said problem.
All right, and then the last play, before we go off tangent here. Kawhi
the Titanic. Oh, you hit the Titanic music?
Yeah, you got Kawhi Leonard. You got the ball, went to the right side, the corner 3, and Joel switch.
When do any of us get a bounce like that? If we throw the ball and it hits the side of the rim, it goes shooting right back at us. Not go shooting straight up in the air and to the other side and then bounce in.
So here we are, 17 years later. Vince Carter took the same shot in Philly, similar shot in Philly, and missed. Kawhi watched the bounce 4 times. Everybody watched this ball bounce 4 times.
It was a hush. There was a hush over the whole crowd as it was bouncing. It was like watching, what movie was it? It was like watching one of the old basketball movies and watching the ball bounce. Duke, and then everybody goes, ah! Even Kawhi, who shows no emotion, ever showed emotion.
Boy, he was emotional there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was like, ah! He looked like the Raptor logo. He had his mouth wide open, was going, ah!
So no Titanic music had ever fit that scene perfectly because you saw.
No, they said that now they're setting the Avengers music to it.
Oh, now I gotta look that up.
Yeah, somebody set the Avengers music to it.
Okay, now I gotta look that.
Which made it even better, because when the ball was bouncing, it done the pause in the song, and then it goes dun, 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 and the ball goes in. Oh yeah, it was perfect.
So, that bounce went in, and this is a tale of 2 franchises that made some gambles. So who knows, what Philly's gonna do now with that? But now you saw that shot went in. On the other side, Joel Embiid, who looked at the shot from there, instantly wins in, and he gets very emotional. What do you think about Joel Embiid with his emotions there? I know a lot of people criticize him, but
I'm not the biggest Embiid fan. I think he's fun sometimes, but other times he does this stuff where it rubs everybody the incredibly wrong way. Uh-huh. Like when there's a foul on somebody and he starts pointing at them, and then he gets all up in their face and everything like that. And it's not like he's being in the emotion of the game. It's like he's just being a jerk. Mm-hmm. And then when you're going to come out and after you lose, you're going to start crying. I get where the emotions hit you and everything, but you got to remember all the stuff that you did before that too. If you're going to be proud, if you're going to be like that in those moments, you got to be gracious in the moments in which you win too. And he don't come across that way to me. He come across that he wanted everybody to be the woe is me when you show the emotions of him crying, even though Paul Gasol did the right thing and went up to him and told him, "Hey, big man, you're going to be back.
Yeah,
don't worry about it." Paul Gasol went about it the right way. But when I see a guy like that crying after all the poop talking he does during the series and everything like that, it kind of resonates to me where I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel sorry for you. Now all that talking you was doing before, it's all come back to bite you in the butt.
I give a so this is one or two things that happen with Joe Embiid. He can be his same way and just still, go talking reckless and stuff like that, or he can mature and learn from the situation. So
exactly,
he mature and the way he answered the, he answered the question about, so what do you think about the process? And then he quoted said, "I don't give a damn about the process." You hoping that this is a maturation stage of him, growing to this because. Listen, we all been athletes and had heartbreaking loss, so we know, man. So I get as a competitor, man. So it sucks, man. And the way to lose like that, and it's not fun. So, but I do.
But you gotta be humble in loss and wins.
Yeah, you do. But
when you act the way you do during a game and certain things like that, if things happen to you, things are going to happen to you. This is sports. And it happens to you in life. Things are going to happen that ain't going to go your way. It's how you react when things don't go your way.
Yeah.
That people are always going to remember instead of the reaction when things go your way. Me, I have the bad habit of remembering both. So I'll let you know. Well, remember when you did this shit? Well, guess what? Now you get to do this shit.
Yeah. But like you said, credit to Marc Gasol for doing that, walking up and.
Yeah, Mark went straight up to him as soon as he saw him doing that, too. He went straight up to him. That was the first person Mark went up to.
And I give him a lot of credit, man. I was like, that's awesome. Like, he's like, you're going to get here, just learn from it. And that's why I say you got to give a lot of respect to Marc Gasol. And
he stayed with him the whole time. He stayed with him for a while.
Yes, he did.
That's the longest post-game crap I've ever seen anybody do. Yeah. Usually it's, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, so that shot was fantastic. When even the broadcast when it went down, like it was quiet, just letting the fans cheer for like a minute. Like that was insane. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Everybody was trying to process what happened, and it was crazy. So
I seen what you did there. Process what happened.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Even though you wasn't trying to, I saw what you did there.
Appreciate it, man. Someone's got to pick up the slack.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
All right. So the Bucks versus the Raptors. This is what many speculated was going to be in the East. These were the two best teams in the East, pretty much by a good margin. I mean, I know that series went 7 between the Raptors, but everybody had a feeling that it was going to be a Kawhi and a Ken and Kukoc show. What's your overall thoughts about this series so far between the Bucks and the Raptors? This
is going to be fun. This is going to be arguably right now two guys that are playing their best basketball in probably of their career. And I've seen Kawhi play a lot. And this is the best I've seen him play. And then you got the freak over there, and he's playing the best he's ever played.
Yep.
So you got them, and them two are going to be butting heads all the time because Kawhi prides himself on playing defense against your best guy. So they're going to be butting, and it's going to be one of those games where they're going to X each other out. And what's going to happen is everybody around them is going to have to pick up the slack because these guys are going to X each other out. But Kawhi has that small advantage because of his 3-point shooting. But the efficiency of Giannis being able to do whatever he wants to do because he looks like the dude from Street Fighter is insane. I'm looking forward to it.
This is going to be a fun series to watch. There's the defensive battle between two of the most defensive-minded teams. Giannis got this team around him that's can spread the floor with a lot of shooters and a lot of guys that can get to the rim. His bench is pretty deep. With the Raptors, you got Siakam, who's looking for Most Improved Player of the Year award. Marc Gasol in the post. Even though I know he's older, Kyle Lowry is hit and miss, but he's not having to carry much of the load, as he has. So he's been okay. You know what I'm saying? So this is,
and then one of the best two-way players in all of basketball.
Yeah, so this is going to be a real fun matchup between these two. So I'm really this is going to be a fun one.
This is where people have said that these playoffs haven't been fun with LeBron with LeBron out of them. I said, what are you talking about? I've had more fun watching these playoffs than I have any of the other ones because LeBron is out of it.
So I want to ask you this question here because, as we know, you got Giannis and then you got Kawhi and then you got Middleton and Siakam. That's probably going to be, as far as like trying to cancel out each other there. It's the third guys that are going to show up in this series. Lowry's been inconsistent, and so is Bledsoe. Who you putting your money on to kind of get him over the hump?
Oh.
Fun question, right? Because both of these guys have been inconsistent.
Out of Bledsoe and Lowry, I'll say Gasol. No, both of those guys have to step up, and I think with the way their defenses are going to be flowing towards Giannis and Kawhi, that those two guys will step up. And it's really going to be the case of which one of those guys steps up the most is going to win this series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's why I said they both been real inconsistent. But I'm probably going to put my money on Lowry to kind of step up because Bledsoe has missed some crazy layers. I know Lowry's been ugly as well as far as his game and stuff like that, but he came on and then Game 7 was pretty solid to help Kawhi.
But we know Bledsoe can blow up at any time.
Yes, you're right.
Bledsoe of the two guys is the guy that can blow up at any time. He can go absolutely nuts, and we've seen it before. So Lowry, you've never seen him go nuts. Bledsoe, you've seen go nuts. And they just have to have whoever wins. It just has to have one of those guys come up consistently. Yeah. And the bad part is actually picking this series because they're almost exactly the same team.
Oh man, geez, man, this series is so hard to pick, man. But I'm making a joke of myself here. I think I got the Kyle Lowry type of NBA body, man. Just little chubster there, you know. I'm deceptively, athletic, but
wait. No, you got Thor body now. You have the body of a god. You have Thor body now.
Yeah, I got the Thor body now. So Yeah,
you got Thor body.
But that's why I say. But it's gonna be a fun series. What now? You want me to pick this first, or you want to go first?
I can't even pick this series. They're the same team.
Yeah,
they are almost the same team.
Well, coach, they got shooting everywhere. They got two MVP caliber players. Kawhi has been the playoff MVP in my opinion. Giannis has been the regular season MVP, and I think the reason I'm not putting Giannis as the playoff MVP yet because he had to play Detroit and Boston.
Yeah, they wayloaded who they had to play.
They cruised,
and mainly it was because of him. But Kawhi had to put the whole damn team on the back.
Kawhi has been carrying his team, and
exactly. Giannis has had his moments, but they did what they needed to do just to get by the teams that they were playing.
Listen,
but Kawhi has had to go. Look, get on here, get on here. They only looked vulnerable in one game in the first round against Orlando, and that was the first one. Yeah. And then that series, the second, and then this last one. So they've had that harder road to climb. So probably Milwaukee's going to come out and take Game 1 just because they're still – Toronto, I think, is still going to be on that emotional kick and they have to travel.
Yeah.
So I think Milwaukee will take Game 1. Game 2 is going to be the real interesting one for me. Because that's when you think the Raptors are going to get their legs back under them and be like, okay, let's go. And then we'll see what they got to do. But as far as being there, done that goes, you got to get that edge to Kawhi. Yeah. Because he's been there and done that more than anybody that's almost left in the postseason besides Golden State people.
Uh-huh. And you got to get credit to Kawhi. Like he said, dude's leading total points, 382 points. And so I know what I saw was like a shade on what Michael Jordan had going into like.
He's been ridiculous. He's played Jordan-esque ball.
Yeah.
On both sides of the floor.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
He's been the closest thing to Jordan stat-wise of anyone that's ever played in the playoffs since Mike.
Yeah. And it's been a fun. Listen, I watched him in 2 games in Orlando, and I'm like, instantly I told Cal, I was like, they have a shot. Like, they have a shot to go far. like Kawhi is not gonna let these guys lose. Like,
Kawhi's been there, done that.
Yeah.
We always see, and everybody goes, we don't trust